Okay. So this is the thing that I am going to teach you that already you are learning. Okay, the newspaper. So definitely you are reading newspaper already or not? We have started reading newspaper or not yet? Started. So this newspaper basically you are reading right now. The Hindu, correct? So the Hindu hard copy is available. Okay, for your home. Okay. See, first important thing is some of the questions that I am going to read here is key. What is the importance of the newspaper is for the UPSC exam? This is the first question. Now, हम लोग सबसे पहले क्वेश्चन what is the importance of the newspaper? Second question is definitely how to cover the newspaper, right? How to cover this newspaper. And third important thing that we are going to read is note taking. Well, whether we need to make note or not. This is one of the questions. When we are reading the newspaper, whether we need to make the notes or not. Right? And fourth is how to utilize the content of newspaper for your various papers like GS paper 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then one essay paper is also right? How to utilize that content. So these are the I think major questions are there regarding the newspaper. Major questions. Any other question that comes to your mind regarding the newspaper? These are the major questions are there that we need to read. Okay. Now, first important thing I told you, what are the two best friends in the UPSC is syllabus and previous questions. Same for the this newspaper also. Newspaper also you need to focus basically two important thing is one is syllabus, yes, and second thing that you have to focus is previous year question, and third thing is important is reading habit. क्योंकि अगर ये चीज नहीं है, then what is the use of this syllabus and previous year questions? So we need to develop this reading habit also. Okay, reading habit is not that big thing that we have not done earlier. Already for your graduation exam or earlier, whatever the completed exams we have done it, then you are already reading now. So that is reading habit you need to carry on. Right? Because these things are required. This exam basically the UPSC exam. It is different from any other exam like your graduation exam or anything. Reason is this. Other exams like graduation exams, they just want that you have knowledge or knowledge. Their main focus is knowledge. If you have knowledge, or for example, if you go for any other exam like even JEE exam, they also need only knowledge. They don't care about your personality at all. They don't care about your personality at all. But this exam actually care about the personality. Correct? So this exam means important thing आपका है. This will come the personality. Right? Personality traits. So some traits are there that is required for the UPSC exam. Even though you have knowledge, if you are not having these personality traits, you cannot clear the exam. That is the reason you have seen some of the very good students are there. Okay, they are not able to clear. Even for the teachers, those teachers they are teaching, they have very good knowledge. Very good knowledge they are having. But still, they are not able to clear the exam. Reason is this missing of this personality traits. This personality traits either you can develop in this entire this preparation time like 1 year, 2 years. Otherwise, it is not possible because within 2 or 3 months you cannot develop these traits. Or these traits will be there always because it is all over and over upbringing that happened. So these traits were available. So what those traits are required actually? Whether UPSC has given somewhere, yes, UPSC has given these things in your syllabus. Whenever UPSC notification will come basically in the month of February, you will see they have given syllabus for the personality development test. In personality development test, they have given this. The thing is this mental alertness. The person should have mental alertness. Correct? Okay, mental alertness, if it is there, then only you can read the newspaper. Otherwise, it is not possible. Correct. So this is first important mental alertness, and then critical thinking. Another important will come critical thinking. Right. So this is required critical thinking. After that, clear and logical exposition. Clear and logical exposition. That means you are able to think clearly in very logical manner. That should be there. Here, these things are required. Then curiosity level. For whatever happening surrounding. आपके आसपास whatever things are happening, you have to have this curiosity to learn those things, right? So learn those things of that subject which is not associated with the graduation. For example, whatever your academic subjects were there, other than the academic subject, also you should have curiosity. जैसे you are done like graduation like BCom or PE whatever. तो वो तो knowledge है आपके पास, but others also should be there. Like example, whatever happened in politics, economy, environment, international relations, that also you should have that curiosity to learn some things. That is also required for this personality traits. Correct or not? So that is the importance. Without these things, actually, you cannot take the advantage of the newspaper also. Otherwise, whenever you are reading the newspaper, this is not for my subject. Why should I read? But you should have read again. Whatever the important things are happening surrounding you that going to affect the national and international issues, we have to focus there. उसमें क्या है? Mental alertness should be there. Critical thinking. Critical thinking means like whenever you are reading the editorial. Editorial में क्या है? The person who is writing the editorial, the editor has given his own perspective. But when you read, you should have your own perspective also. Actually, newspaper is very important. For example, you will get daily current affair comparisons daily from the institute. You will get daily, right? But whether should I read the newspaper or not? Answer is still you should have read the newspaper. That there is no actually excuse here. I am already getting the current affair comparison books from the institute. I am already getting monthly comparison books from the institute. They are there. But if you are simply actually okay, depend on that notes only, then you will going to lose this critical thinking. This will develop when you are going to read the newspapers on your own. Because now your way of thinking will be different, other way of thinking will be different. Like any issues are like example recently there was yesterday was this some of the wrestler sportsmen they said they are going to quit, correct? Because of this one person actually or aid of this close person of that person elected in this federations. So what you think actually? Whether they have done right things, whether they have done wrong things. Because if you just read watch the newspaper or sorry read the newspaper, watch the news. So they are saying that the wrestlers they were not good. आपको लगेगा हाँ they are saying correct. Whenever opposing team is there, they were saying the wrestler was good, they were not. आपको लगेगा हाँ ये भी सही है. But इसमें क्या हुआ कि you are missing the critical thinking. You are not able to think on your own. So that is required by reading the newspaper. You have to develop these things. So when you read the newspaper, you will develop mental alertness, you will develop critical this thinking, and you will develop clear and logical expositions. These things will not come when you simply reading CS paper 1, 2, 3, 4 books like Lakshmikant पढ़ लिया, Spectrum, GC Leon, इससे नहीं होगा. This will develop only through the newspaper. Clear this thing? And that is the reason which is ultimately is going to have to develop personality traits and it will help you in interview easily. Clear this? Any doubt till now? No. Next is this is clear. Okay. Now, so how to rate newspaper? सबसे पहले कि what is the important things are there that you need to have for the newspaper is. So first important thing that you require is basically keep a copy of the UPSC syllabus with you. I told you all this. This is the very important thing is keep the copy of the UPSC's main syllabus with you. Always. Okay. This is a very important thing. UPSC main syllabus always should be with you. Without this, actually, you will not understand which news is important, which is not important. And second will come keywords of the UPSC main syllabus. Keywords. Keywords in the sense micro topics. Like yesterday, we have seen for the polity class. Okay, micro topics of the polity class, even though they have given just one line, but when we go into deep, then we came to know so many things were there. So that is required actually, keywords. Correct? Then carry out thorough analysis of previous year's UPSC questions. So you have to purchase actually. अब wait मत करो किसी चीज का. You will today you can purchase this. Today everyone have to purchase this previous year's question papers. Directly from the Amazon you can purchase actually. Correct? If you are regarding address issue, someone is not there, give the address of the institute. Okay, the front desk office. Okay, the delivery will be done here. You can collect the copy from here. Correct? Regarding address issue, if anything is there. But definitely you have to go through previous year question. That is very, very important. Correct? Then you have to focus on the issues rather than the news. आपके news important नहीं, issue important. Like example, wrestling का for example, I am taking the example of yesterday. The wrestling issue was happening. So आपके लिए ये important नहीं है. Who was the person? Who was the wrestler? That person has quit this wrestling. Who was the persons are involved? आपको भी what was the issue actually here? Matter क्या? Whether the matter is harassment issue is there, exploitation issue is there, or this is little bit like party. कि Punjab versus Haryana issue is there, or Haryana versus Uttar Pradesh issue is there. कि they are having some lobbying in the sense Haryana जो wrestlers हैं, they want to lobby over the wrestling, but the president belongs to the Uttar Pradesh, so Uttar Pradesh में they are lobbying over there. So what the issue is? You have to focus on that issue. So always issue is important, not the news. The example, 3 years back, for example, if you see lot of protest was happening regarding the farmer protest. So farmer protest regarding the protesting against those 3 bills that was passed by the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So you need to go not why they were doing, what the issue is farmers, they actually challenging for it. First important you have to focus is why government brought these 3 bills. What benefit will happen to the farmers? So आपको issue जानना है, challenges जानना है, then solution. So you have to focus there. Who were the persons who were involved in this protest? That is not your interest, correct? What the politicians visiting there? That is not your area of interest. आपका area of interest is what is the issue agriculture is facing? Why farmers' income is stagnant? How we can double the farmers' income? What are the solutions are there? Whether government brought these 3 bills, whether any problems will be solved by these solutions or not, or government has to do something extra. Once at all you have to finish all these things. Uske baad daily such news are coming now. You should not focus at all them. Once sit and complete entire issue. Because such issues will run in the newspaper daily actually. So ball by ball जो commentary हो रहा है ना, वो आपको नहीं सुनना. You have to sit and complete the issue at one pace. Correct? That is important. The example, any issues happen regarding the women. Correct? We have seen like exploiters of the women happened. So you should not focus where it happened, why it has happened. आपको focus करना है what is the issue actually here is. Correct? How we can deal with such issue is if you are a district magistrate of that particular area and in your area this thing happened, then how you are going to deal such issues and how such issues should not actually happen again in future. So what steps you are going to take it. This is how we have to think. Clear है? इससे क्या होगा? GS paper will be covered. Case study वाला part. वहाँ पे some case studies also will be asked. So that case study you can cover from the newspaper only. If you see from the last 3 to 4 years case studies UPSC is asking, most of the time case studies they are actually coming from the newspaper only. Because sometimes they were in the news. Some current affairs happened regarding that. So UPSC has asked as a case study, You are a district magistrate, you are this particular officer, you are this guy. What will you going to do is all these things will cover from here. उसके बाद develop the habit of focusing on what and why rather than when and where. I told you that is not important. आपको important है what and why. These when and where is important for if you are appearing for the State Public Service Commission exam or other exams, but not for the UPSC. Now I told you UPSC main focus is what and why. Concept is. Clear? So whenever any news is there, आपको पूछना है what and why this, not when and where. Clear? कितना हुआ? To divide the use of issues in few categories. एक तो कैटेगरी आपका होगा international relations. International relations basically are going to focus in which area? Wherever India's interest is involved. India's interest. India's interest in which form you will get? Economic, strategic, correct or no? Geopolitics, correct? And science and technical, that will come under economy only, correct? Strategy, okay. Then, for example, other is this, for example, our peoples are there, correct? Peoples are. So, if for example, Afghanistan, so Afghanistan will come in economic also because our actually investment is there in Afghanistan, right? We have built a lot of projects over there. We need to save them also. Geopolitics also Afghanistan will come because ultimately the area that is near Pakistan. So geopolitics also will come. For example, you go to UAE or Saudi Arabia, then NRI will come and economic will come. Economic also तो यहाँ पे अगर economic का fuel और energy security. अब clear हो गया? So energy security will get over here or not? Like USA, economic security is there and strategic relationship we are having with Russia. Again, economic and strategic. One more you can write. Defense. Will come on. जैसे for example, अब यूक्रेन का बात करें. यूक्रेन से तो उतना कुछ नहीं है. जैसे हम क्या यूक्रेन versus रशिया इशू है क्या? Now we need to support this country. Defense भी है वहाँ पे अपना, correct or not? Strategic relations भी है, geopolitical भी है. यूक्रेन से इतना नहीं है. Latin region we are supporting रशिया और यूक्रेन. जैसे कोई कहता मेक्सिको. अब मेक्सिको से क्या ही आएगा? उतना. So we can leave that. Correct. So whenever any international issue is there and going, like example, something happened in the Rome or Italy, okay, they are changing something. So that is not a major issue, correct or not? So we need to focus here. Either energy security, economic security, strategic security, geopolitics, NRI and India are living over. अब NRI क्या आपको लगे होंगे? Indian people are living over there, correct or not? And then defense, correct? Because these people are very important people, we need to save them also, not even NRI. Those who are permanently there, but they are Indians, we need to save them also. Correct? And those who are working, we need to save them also, because they are sending a lot of remittance. Remittance means simply when you are working in USA, for example, you will earn salary or not in the dollars. So, आपके family, mother and father, they are living here. You need to send back the money here or not? For family. We will send in rupees or dollar. आपके पास dollar है, we will send the dollar or rupees. अब dollar will come here, but your father need rupees. What will happen now? RBI will come into picture. RBI will take dollars from you, and will convert into Indian rupees, and will give Indian rupees. So what are we looking at now? Dollars. Correct? For example, this is important thing. For example, if we want to purchase anything from outside market, or from import country. For example, we are purchasing oil. We purchase the oil. We need to pay the money also for that. So money we need to pay in dollar or in rupees. Dollar which चाहिए उनको भी they do not want Indian rupees. अब dollar क्या करेंगे? Whether we can print dollars? No, but we can print Indian rupees. Yes. Correct, but they do not want Indian rupees. So we cannot print a dollar. That means we need to purchase dollar from somewhere. But so those Indians who are living over there, they are sending this dollar for now. If free में मिल रहा है नहीं मिल रहा है, are we getting it free or not? Is free doesn't because RBI can print time much Indian rupees they want, right? So ultimately RBI get getting this dollars, or from where RBI will get this dollars? If someone is actually for them purchasing from India, हम लोग export भी तो करेंगे ना? When we do export, when they outside person they are purchasing something from us, right? So they need to pay to India in which currency? Yeah. Dollar only because also we don't want because उनके पास Indian रुपये है ही नहीं ना, so they can pay only dollars. Again we will get dollars from them, right? So what is the use of these dollars? So Indians they are sending 125 billion US dollar every year. समझ रहे हो? This much money they are sending. अब आप सोचिए कितना बड़ा अमाउंट 125 billion dollar. पाकिस्तान के पास टोटल फॉरेक्स रिजर्व इट इज $5 billion. Only 5. Forex means होता है कि आरबीआई के पास how much emergency fund is there. If suppose example no dollar is coming, then after that RBI need to open that account to spend those dollars. जैसे for example personal finance में क्या है कि you spend lot of money, right? After some point of time your job going, you are not earning any salary now. आपके पास some funds should be there, no? Emergency fund, so that you can spend money there. How much emergency fund should be there? At least 1 year of your annual expense. Correct? जो आपका annual expense है, for example per month your expense is like 30,000 rupees. So you should have at least 3,60,000 rupees with you, so that in the next 1 year, even though you are not getting job, you are still surviving easily. Correct or not? Because next 1 year में definitely you will get the job. Correct or not? Same RBI के पास भी इस fund है, इसको बोलते हैं forex reserve. Correct? That forex reserve RBI is having, correct? कि whenever no dollar is coming now, but we need still oil because we are over dependent on the fuel. We need to purchase oil. See, we actually stop purchasing everything, but we need to spend still on the oil. So we need to have some of forex so that 6 months of at least, okay, import we can do with that dollar. This is what is forex reserve. RBI is having like examples $600 billion. This is 125 every year we are getting from the Indians only. That's what. And for example, अब आप पाकिस्तान का बात करो, श्रीलंका का बात करो, they are having just 2 billion in 5 billion. उससे ज़्यादा हमारे Indians भेजते हैं. That is the importance of this. इसीलिए whenever someone is going outside for working, we actually start demeaning them sometimes. ना अरे इंडिया छोड़ के जा रहा है देश द्रोही आदमी. Correct? Ultimately, after Indian Army, they are the most patriotic person. They are the most patriotic person. Because if this is not there, na, then you can't actually take the oil from outside. आपके पास है Mercedes भी हो, how will you run the Mercedes? ये oil is not correct. जो अब यहाँ पे for example 2 crore का पैकेज लेके you are actually purchasing for example product like chasma or something like that, na. From where you purchase? Because you have to pay dollars only. So dollars you will send these days only. So that is the reason. See, when someone is going outside for the study, it is loss for India. Because when they go for outside for the study, then they are taking money from India and spending money there. This is good for their economy, correct? But when someone is working outside, they are earning in dollars and they are sending back dollars to India back. They are working just like Arabs. That is the reason is they are the second most patriotic persons after army. No matter how much you are earning here, army की कोई use नहीं होता. Because army can print Indian rupees as well as property और मशीन लगा हुआ है ना, they can print. है ना? For example आप बोलोगे सर मैं भी 2 करोड़ कमा रहा हूँ, कितनी देर लगेगी आरबी को 2 करोड़ प्रिंट करने में? Just 1 second, that's it. आपको चाहिए 500 notes, आरबी can print even 5,000 rupees note also. है ना? So ultimately dollar they cannot. So dollar के लिए they are dependent on outside world also. Like example 1993 में जब balance of payment issue happened, if you have heard about it, 1993 में we actually had the financial crisis. उस समय यही crisis था, we were not having these dollars at all. अपने पास just $1 billion होता था, that's it. और अभी सोचो 125 these people are settling. इसके अलावा भी हमारे पास है, we are having around $700 billion. That is the importance of these guys. Clear? So that, see, this thing you will learn in UPSC actually. ये चीजें for example your friends they don't know. आपका कोई friend अगर भाई बाहर जा रहा है, ओके नौकरी करने हैं, we start demeaning them, देश छोड़ रहा है, ये कर रहा है ना. Now you come to know, see they are going to do something good thing actually. Correct? So that is the cases. Clear? So these things will happen in UPSC questions. कि ultimately what I want to tell you. आपका एग्जाम क्लियर हो या ना हो, that is different story, but you will become a better person in UPSC definitely, because just lot of myths you are having in your mind, lot of problems like that. Some of the times you start criticizing RK, some of the criticizing the Prime Minister, CM, you will start learning. You should not criticize as much as they are doing. तो उनके हाथ में तो उतना चीज नहीं है ना. See, you are having for example only 4 family members in your family, you are not able to make a consensus with these 4 guys. And Prime Minister and CM, they are having, for example, 140 crore populations. How that person can take this consensus? Not possible. And उसमें भी they belong to different caste, different religion, different race, different language, different reason. उनके लिए तो बहुत मुश्किल हो गया है. This is the clear. So international relations is one of the area that is very important for UPSC. Correct? इसमें आपको focus करना है if any important bodies, important okay bodies, like example UNESCO, कोई भी बॉडी आप इंपॉर्टेंट जो है, एग्जांपल आप यूनाइटेड नेशन की जितनी बॉडी हो, लाइक वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम, if any body is there in the news, that is important for you. Correct? So international relations done because of prelims purpose they ask about these bodies, where their headquarter is, what is the objective of these bodies, whether India is a member of these bodies or not. Important questions about the body they will use to ask. It is when they are set up, where is the headquarter, India is a member or not, and what is the objective of that body. That's it. Correct? Mains में proper question you will get on the international relations. Second most important area will come environment and biodiversity. Environment and biodiversity. So environment and biodiversity, this you will get in the Hindu because the Hindu covered better. Like example, in today's newspaper, if you see, news is regarding another flying squirrel. इसके बारे में था. It was visible actually. It was seen. So this species belongs where actually? In which area? In which area in a sense like Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat, or Eastern Himalayas, correct? In which state it is there? In which national park it is there? In which wildlife sanctuary it is there? So if any news that is coming regarding this actually, regarding biodiversity, biodiversity in the sense, any for example species के बारे में important हो गया आपके लिए, any national park in the news, important, wildlife sanctuary is there, that is important for you, right? Or if anything regarding pollution, very important pollution, air pollution, water pollution, that is important. Anything regarding the climate change, correct? Greenhouse gas, ozone layer, any such things are there, it is important. Yeah. Like any news regarding pollutions, these are the industries, the paper industries, they are polluting the world. So for example, any industry like steel industries are there. So in steel industries, which of the polluted gases they release, they emit, you need to know all the gases. Like it can be N2, it can be NO2, it can be SO2, it can be CO2. These are important. Like example, when we burn the forest, okay, whenever any forest fire happens, during forest fire, which of the gases they release actually into the environment? CO2, SO2, NO2. Yes, sir, important. Right? So pollution is important, especially air pollution, water pollution, correct? Soil pollution, बहुत important है definitely, correct? Soil pollution, clear? So ये important है. Climate change का कोई भी issue, any meeting is happened like COP, recently हुआ था ना UAE में, okay? Conference of Parties Committee COP, I think 28 was there, UAE. So that is important, right? Any world bodies regarding environment, example. For example, this is IUCN, right? That is important, right? Or for example, इसके बाद आपके different आएंगे. For example, इसके लिए IUCN में क्या है? They provide the red list or red data list. Okay. इसमें some of the endangered species are there. And they will provide indigenous, critically endangered. आपको वो सब पढ़ना है, ठीक है? Or for example, UNFCCC, United Nations Framework on Climate Change, that is important. United Nations Framework on Climate Change. Various conventions are proposed. Various conventions, they will come in the news. Various conventions, like Stockholm Conventions. So various conventions. Here, इतना आपको focus करना है. Again, first few months it will be difficult for you to cover these things, because these things you do not know. But once slowly, gradually आपको subjects पढ़ाए जाएंगे, then these things will be very easy actually. The most difficult part आपका होता है, most difficult part in the newspaper is the first few months. They will be economy, science and tech, international relations, and environment. ये मैंने एक टर्म लिख दिया क्योंकि IAS में समझ सकते हो थोड़ा सा environment बट सबसे डिफिकल्ट इकोनॉमी, बिकॉज़ में मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी, फिस्कल पॉलिसी, रेपो रेट, रिवर्स रेपो रेट, बैंक रेट, ये सब थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है आपको समझना. सो दैट इज रिलेटेड टू रिक्वायरमेंट. देन साइंस एंड टेक, आफ्टर दैट इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस एंड एनवायरनमेंट. Other subjects like politics, geography, they are not that difficult because from the day one itself we start taking the class of polity. So within 15 days you will learn most of the terminology of the polity. Correct? But it will going to take at least 2 months. So relax actually. You should not worry about it. Some 15 days you get it happens with everything. It takes time. Clear? उसके बाद next तो environment and biodiversity. Next is your personality and awards. Earlier this was important actually. Earlier, but right now they are not asking but many of the questions regarding personalities and awards. Correct? So इसमें क्या है कि just for your own this knowledge, for your own curiosity, you can go through these awards and personality. But as a current topic, whether they are asking questions, the questions are very rare actually they are asking in the UPSC. So we can skip this. Then definitely next important item, government policies and schemes. Very important. You have seen government gives lot of advertisement in the newspaper. In these advertisements, they give the name of policies, government programs. So you should not skip those government because the ads are coming because of your money. You have paid the tax. Right? So these are your own money. So please actually read those ads. उसमें end में क्या-क्या आपको देखना है basically. You have to focus. जो most important thing that you have to focus there is scheme name or program name. Correct? Then who are the beneficiary of this program? Beneficiary. Then objective of the program. Then, which is the nodal ministry or department to implement that scheme. Scheme, the naam kya hai? Then, who are the beneficiaries? The beneficiaries can be child, can be women, or old citizens, or for example, backward SC, ST, this way, or particular age group is there. You have to focus there. Yes. Right? Then what is the objective of the scheme? Like midday meal scheme. So midday meal scheme, what is the objective is? Objective क्या है? For example, they provide the food, but that is not the main objective. Food तो घर में मिल तो रहा था. Correct? So that dropout ratio should reduce. Turnout should not be. देखा नहीं student आ रहे हैं और वापस चले जा रहे हैं. So just retention बढ़ाना है student को. Because of that building list was approved. तो क्या हुआ था कि गांव में we have seen see कौन लोग farmers होंगे गरीब किसान वही अपने बच्चों को दिया उनको send to the government schools. जो बड़े लोग हैं पैसा है उनके पास they will send to the private school only. अब इसमें क्या हुआ farmers में क्या है कि farmers parents हैं they are working in the field only. They are not able to come back to prepare the lunch, or even though they prepare the lunch in the morning only, but they are not able to come to the afternoon. अभी बच्चा घर वापस आ रहा है कोई नहीं घर में इधर ये बच्चा कहाँ जाएगा खेत में तो वैसे भी नहीं पढ़ना था अब वो खेत में मस्ती करेगा करेक्ट और so he not able to come back to the school again. So because of that, this midday meal scheme was launched so that they should not go home back. They should stay there. Clear? So what is the objective? And then what is the nodal ministry? Whether Ministry of Home Affairs or Ministry of, for example, this rural ministries or women ministries, which are the ministry that implement that scheme? So these are very important actually factors you need to look for the government policies and programs. This must done. So government policies and schemes definitely you have to look. Various area में जो government policies होगी, for example, education related, education primary education, secondary education, tertiary education, then health, then rural development, then women and child. After that, agriculture. Correct. So these are the some important areas जहाँ पे आप government scheme you have to focus. उसके बाद अभी important आ गया infrastructure. Correct. Like Gati Shakti scheme. Correct. Example. Women child will have multiple organized schemes, correct? Then international organizations that already we have covered here only, right? Also economic policy. Economic policy. Now economic policies में क्या you should not focus on numbers. In economic policy, you should not focus on numbers. You have to focus basically growth, trajectory, trend, inflation, trend, right? Then monetary policy, fiscal policy. Right? So these things we have to focus is growth trajectory. The growth is going to happen at faster rate or lower rate. उसका ट्रेंड क्या है, इन्फ्लेशन का ट्रेंड क्या है, इन्फ्लेशन इज रिड्यूसिंग और इंक्रीजिंग क्या है. नंबर्स आर नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट एट ऑल. आई टोल्ड यू कि ऐसा नहीं पढ़ना है कि 2.4% इन्फ्लेशन 12.4% इन्फ्लेशन, दैट डजंट एक्चुअली रिक्वायर. कोई जरूरत नहीं, बिकॉज एग्जाम के टाइम पे चीजें बदल रही है. ठीक है. मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी जो आरबीआई लॉन्च करती है, फिस्कल पॉलिसी जो गवर्नमेंट मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फाइनेंस वो करती है, दैट आल्सो. Fiscal policy basically about tax, right? And this monetary policy basically various rate like repo rate. आप पढ़ोगे ये चीज, repo rate, reverse repo rate, ये सब चीज. Repo rate, reverse repo rate basically क्या है? ये interest rates. Yeah, like example, when you actually going to take a loan from the bank will charge some interest rates on your loan. ऐसे ही क्या होता है, आरबीआई के पास भी बहुत पैसा है, वे also have money. अब some bank they need money immediately. कुछ हो सकता है requirement, for example कि इनके local branch में they are not having money, they need cash right now because right. अब they will going to take some loan from RBI for some days, for example 40 days, 1 month. Okay. अब आरबीआई क्या करेगा, आरबीआई फ्री में तो नहीं देगा. So RBI will going to charge some ब्याज interest rate or not, उसी को बोलते हैं रेपो रेट. ओके. और समटाइम्स क्या होता है, बैंक के पास फालतू का पैसा होता है. अब बैंक को फालतू का पैसा क्या करेगा, बैंक विल नॉट टू मेक एफडी इन इट्स ओन बैंक. मतलब अपना पैसा खुद ही को दे रही है ना. ये सपोज एग्जांपल बैंक खुद का ही एफडी कर लिया, एफडी इज ऑलरेडी इंटरेस्ट रेट डिफरेंट बाय बैंक ओनली, so you are giving money to you only, so कोई फायदा हुआ नो. अभी क्या करेगी बैंक will going to give this money to the RBI. अब RBI वापस क्या देगा, रिटर्न इंटरेस्ट देगा कि नहीं, उसको रिवर्स रेपो बोलते हैं. क्लियर हो कि नहीं. अभी फॉर एग्जांपल रेपो रेट इन द सेंस क्या होता है कि बैंक इज टेकिंग द लोन फ्रॉम द RBI. अगर ये रेट बढ़ा दिया है, इफ द रेट इंक्रीज हो गया, राइट, रेट इज इंक्रीज कि RBI says that earlier I was charging 6% per annum interest for lending the money. Now I will charge 7%. अभी बैंक जो होगी, बैंक is going to take the loan. So when they take the loan, a bank is taking the loan for what purpose? To give loan to others. Like we cannot take the loan from the RBI. We can take the loan only from the banks. And bank already have taken the loan from the RBI. Earlier they were taking on 6%. Now they are taking on 7%. So bank will increase the interest rates on जिसका देगा. जब इंटरेस्ट इंक्रीज हो जाएगा तो हम लोग बहुत सारा लोन लेंगे और कम लोन लेंगे. हम कम लेंगे. अगर हम लोग बोलेंगे कि जरूरत नहीं तो छोड़ दो, करेंगे ना. अब कर देंगे तो जो मार्केट में पैसा आएगा it will reduce or increase. Reduce because no one is taking the loan itself. है ना. तो मार्केट में पैसा हो गया कम, अब मनी कम हो गया ना, तो people are going to purchase things in the market, that will reduce or increase. reduce हो जाएगा. तो अल्टीमेटली जो महंगाई है, इन्फ्लेशन है, इट विल रिड्यूस और नॉट. यही तो रेपो रेट का जी है कि whenever they increase the repo rate for what purpose, they increase the repo rate so that inflation can be reduced. राइट. अब ये सोचो रिवर्स रेपो में क्या था, रिवर्स रेपो में तीन था कि बैंक कैन lend money to the RBI. RBI earlier बोल रहा था कि हम 5% देंगे if you are giving money to us. अब RBI ने बोल दिया हम 6% देंगे. अभी बैंक के पास टू कस्टमर, एक RBI है, RBI is ready to give 6%. एक आउटसाइड में भी है, हम लोग लोन हम बोलेंगे I will give you 7%. RBI को लगेगा किसको लोन, सॉरी बैंक को लगेगा किसको लोन है, RBI को या हमको. Where actually it is more secure RBI को. हम ले जस्ट 1% के प्रॉफिट के चक्कर में क्यों अपना लोन वी नीड टू अनसिक्योर, सो दे विल गिव लोन टू द RBI. अगर RBI फिर से रेपो बढ़ा दे 8%, then they will give more to RBI or to us RBI. तो RBI को क्या करेगा उस पैसे का, RBI is not going to spend their money. टू परचेज कार होम लोन नहीं, वो तो अपने पास रखा रहेगा। तो मार्केट में मनी विल रिड्यूस और इंक्रीज, मनी सप्लाई विल रिड्यूस। जब मनी सप्लाई रिड्यूस हो गया तो परचेजिंग विल रिड्यूस और नॉट रिड्यूस। तो जो महंगाई है वो रिड्यूस और इंक्रीज रिड्यूस। तो अब सोचो इन्फ्लेशन को टारगेट करना है तो रिवर्स रेपो भी बढ़ा दो, रेपो भी बढ़ा दो। अगर रिसेशन आ गया मार्केट में, मतलब नो वन इज परचेजिंग एनीथिंग, देन वी नीड टू पुट लॉट ऑफ मनी इनटू द मार्केट, तो फिर क्या करना पड़ेगा, रेपो रेट रिड्यूस कर दो, रिवर्स भी रिड्यूस कर दो। अब बैंक क्या फायदा, बैंक विल डेफिनेटली विल गिव लोन टू द आउटसाइड पीपल, द पीपल का पैसा आ जाएगा, दे विल डू स्पेंड दैट मनी, सिंपल। समझ में आ गया कि नहीं? तो यही सब आपको इकोनॉमी में क्लियर दिस डन। So, but you should not focus on numbers. How much repo rate is there, how much reverse repo rate is there, how much bank rate is there, how much cash reserve ratio is there, how much statutory liquid ratio is there, SLR. These things are there. You will read in economy. But numbers are not that important. Important is concept. Important is concept. Correct? Clear in economic policies. After science and technology. This is also very important actually. Very important, science and tech. In the Hindu it is covered better compared to any other newspaper. So science and tech, if you go, so the important areas in science and tech के लिए, they are biotechnology, like anything regarding DNA. ठीक है? Another important area is energy. Example, biofuel, nuclear energy, correct? Hydrogen energy, green hydrogen, correct? Green hydrogen. Artificial intelligence is important for basically this mains exam, but that is also not that important कि आपको बहुत science and tech की नजर से पढ़ना पड़े. You have to read artificial intelligence in social issues, environmental issues, for example, geopolitical issues, or for example, labor laws issues. From this point of view, right? So energy, biotechnology, then defense, IT, space technology, yes. Space technology. That will come under it. Yeah. Prelims के लिए important है biotechnology, energy, defense, and space. Nano also definitely, but more is nanotechnology. Nanotechnology. This is also for mains. Prelims will be sometimes they ask questions regarding the pollution created by the nano. They have all this question. Space technology, if any, for example, missions are there, satellites are there, different types of satellites are there, different types of orbits are there. सबको different types of polar orbits है, इसके बारे में geostationary orbit, geosynchronous orbit, वो सब पढ़ना है. Different satellite के बारे में पढ़ना है. For example, telecommunication satellites are there, और different, okay, वो चीज पढ़ना है. GPS के बारे में, GLONASS के बारे में, for example, और for example, गगन के बारे में. These things are required. और human जो मिशन है, the India is going to launch space, that is important. और इसके बाद different agencies like this will be your coverage to ISRO only ना. Sometimes the other agencies are there like NASA, they also launch some important missions. That is also important. Clear? Defense is basically about the missile technology, different types of missiles. For example, cruise missile. Correct? Yeah. हाँ, advanced weaponing like drone के बारे में they can ask questions. Correct? Clear? कितना क्लियर होगा डिफेंस में? तो ये सारा आपको डिफेंस साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एक्चुअली, very important science and tech will players for us, because you can get around 12 to 13 questions minimum from science and tech. And the beauty of the science and tech again, like quality, you will get the right answer easily, correct? So if you actually add science and tech with quality, so around 25 questions आपके तो ऐसे हो गए. So 25 to 50 questions, then just we need to focus more 40 more questions, 40 more marks. That means only 20 more questions. That's it. उसने तो इकोनॉमी में खोज ही होती है ना, इकोनॉमी में, ज्योग्राफी में, एनवायरनमेंट में, So this is important. Itna clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we are not able to hear your audio properly. It's becoming chorus.
Okay. Okay, so this much is done. Clear? So we need to focus basically on these areas. Correct? Some of the areas are there, we will not going to cover those news. Which of the news that we need not to cover at all? Okay. So we need not to cover some of the important things like political masala news. We should not focus. See, सबसे important factor is if any news is there in the newspaper, if any politician's face is there, photo is there, just leave that news. That is not important at all. Easily we can remove that news. Yes, sports again, it is not that important. Yes, okay. Like example, last to last year they have asked questions on the sports like chess. They have asked questions, right? Some awards. They have asked questions, but that is not a regular feature. Is there? So they are going to ask that question because if cost wise they can, then it is very costly. If you have to focus all the sports. So if one or two questions are coming, for that purpose you are wasting your, for example, half an hour time just on the sports. It is of no use. And again, there is no guarantee that they are going to ask questions next year again on the sports. There is no guarantee. So that is the reason is stay away from the sports until unless it is your hobby. Like your hobby is playing cricket, playing chess. So then you have to focus on your own sports only. But again, don't spend too much time there. Correct? Clear this? Then no. No, important things like what is the important page numbers are there? These page numbers are not 100% correct, just it is for reference purpose only. If you go to the page number 1, generally you wrote about headlines of the day. So you have to one read recommendation is required, that's it. No note making here. So जो आपका front page होगा, important, some controversial highlights are there, they are going to be there in the front page. Then if you go to the page number 2 to 5, they carry basically the regional news. Regional in the sense, like if you read the Bangalore the Hindu or any other like Delhi the Hindu, so you will get Delhi news only or Bangalore news only or Chennai news only. So because that news is not important, क्यों नहीं important है आपको बता दूं. Like you are like example, one guy is preparing it from Delhi. He is getting the Hindu from Delhi only, correct? He will not going to get these news actually. If UPSC asks questions from these areas, it is definitely a disadvantage to that guy or not. So UPSC should ask such questions because if that is disadvantage, you also can be disadvantaged person. Because if you are preparing from here and you are reading the news that belongs to the Bangalore edition, you will not get the news from Delhi or Chennai. And if they are asking questions from Delhi or Chennai, you will not miss the answer. So again, you are at the disadvantage positions. And because of that reason, they are not going to ask such questions. Clear? So they were going to ask questions from that page of the newspaper, which is available at all India level. So first page is available all India level. And then if you go to page number 6 to 8, it deals with the state news. Again, it is associated with particular state only, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, or Delhi. Again, it will not be available in other states. So other state student, they will get disadvantages positions or not. If that state news is that much important, na, then it already will be on the head. Correct? So you can leave. And this is an all India service के लिए भी है exam UPSC for all India purpose. So they are not going to ask such questions. Because if you are going to the state PCS exam, then it is important. Otherwise, it is not. Now, if you go to page number 9, so page number 9 around deal with the national news. National means it is available for all India level. It is important for you. Correct? Now, if you go page number 10, it is editorial or corporate page. So this is definitely important. You cannot leave this because here you are going to get a lot of opinions on particular issues. Opinions can be from different perspective. For example, the person can be completely opposite to this government. That opinion you will get in the editorial, or one person who is going to write that is supporting the government's point of view. That opinion you will get over here. But you need to read this news and then you need to critically think on your own. What opinion can be correct because you have to create your own perspective. Through the editorial part, you will get different perspective from the different point of view. But after reading different point of view from both, you have to create your own perspective. Clear this? So, uske baad if you go to next page and will come op-ed. Op-ed is also just like editorial. It is also important. Right? You cannot leave it. Right? This is also important. So this is page is important. Next page 12, it contains news in general. Sometimes news in general in sense क्या होता है कि they have given news in page number 1. Then page number 1 में they have given incomplete news. Then they will give read more in page number next. Okay, that page will be here only. So one read recommendation is required. That's it. उसके बाद page number 14. It talks about the world economy. So what I told you, you have to focus India's relations, India's important connections, energy security, defense, correct, strategic, geopolitical, Indian peoples are over there. These things you have to focus. अगर ये कहीं कनेक्शन नहीं मिल रहा है ना, then leave that world affair news. If India is not getting any interest involved in it, then just skip that news. Clear? उसके बाद if you go to the page number 15 and 16, it focus on basically trend economy, trends, growth parameters, fiscal and monetary policies, social economic issues. These are important. Page number 15 and 16. वही हमने बताया था आपको like inflation, growth, GDP indicators, correct? Repo rate, reverse repo rate, bank rate. कोई भी news which is related to the stock, any news which is related to the stock market, IPO, merger, correct? Any news is related to the profit of companies, correct? Quarterly result of companies. These news are not important. Just leave them. Then page number 17 and sports. Again, it can be still not very important. Done. Any doubt till now? Clear? So I think we have covered most of the newspaper. Again come back. So this is the newspaper basically of today. I think if you are going through the newspaper today. So see, you can go through this. December 22. Today's newspaper. अब इसमें what कौन सा ऐसा न्यूज़ है important for you? This is the front page basically. This is the front page, correct? I mean, this front page, if you look, first news is turbulent winter session ends today before schedule. जो schedule था last date को उससे पहले they have terminated. सबसे important अपनी इसको quality point of view. What is session basically is? Correct? What is the session? Again, this time you are going to be interesting because once you cover the quality like parliament chapter, then you need not even think about this because आपको already पता होगा 3 types of sessions are there, correct? Budget session, monsoon session, winter session, B and W. Budget, M for monsoon, W for winter, and this is for winter session. Then who actually call for the session? इसके बाद authority है to summon the session. It is the President of India. Again, you will cover in polity class only. Then this session was adjourned signed by. क्या लिखा है? Session is adjourned signed by. So this adjourned signed by basically means क्या होता है? Adjourned means what है? End of the sitting. For example, today class is taking. I am going to end of the sitting. कि today class is over. Again come tomorrow at 10 o'clock. इसको बोलते हैं adjourned. अगर हम बोले today class is over, but I am not going to tell them next time again we will tell in class. I am not giving the time. उसको बोलते हैं adjourned signed that. Clear? So who is authority to declare this adjourned signed time? The Speaker of the House, Chairman of the House. So these things you are going to cover in this particular news. Again, I am telling you this much you are reading because today you do not know about the polity. Once you have done your parliament chapter, this will be the easiest thing actually. No need to cover even these things. So automatically I told you that the number of hours that you are taking to complete the paper will reduce or not. First time when you read, you have to read entire these things also. But next क्या होगा कि this news you will skip it. Automatically your time to complete the paper is going to reduce. Correct? Clear this? Suspension. Who suspend the member of parliaments? What is the rules about the suspension is there? What is the, for example, the ground for the suspension is there? These things have to cover here. Then some bills have been passed. 18 bills have been passed. So 18 bills have been passed. So what are those important bills are there? You have to go through. All the bills are not important from the in exam point of view. Some bills are very important for the exam point of view. That you have to focus. For example, लोक सभा पासेस बिल जो इम्पोर्टेंट है वो साइड में दिए हैं उनको भी पता है ठीक है ना सो लोक सभा पासेस बिल ऑन सीसी ईसी अपॉइंटमेंट सीसी मींस चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर एंड अदर इलेक्शन कमिश्नर सो लोक सभा पासेस द बिल so lok sabha is passes the election commissioner appointment service term office bill 2023 clear it is visible or not visible you are correct so now the thing is this, we have to go through what is the new procedure for the appointment of chief election commissioner and other election commissioner is there. We have to go through that only. Correct? What is the selection committee is there? What is the search committee is there? So that only you have to focus here. For example, they mentioned search committee, selection committee will overlook now. So what is search committee? What is selection committee? Who is the member of these committees are there? That is the current affair part. उसके बाद आपको फॉर एग्जांपल ऑलरेडी यू हैव कवर्ड द पॉलिटी देन आपको सिर्फ इतना जानना है हु अपॉइंट चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर व्हाट इज द एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया फॉर चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर हु रिमूव्स द व्हाट इज द रिमूवल प्रोसेस फॉर द चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर अदर इलेक्शन कमिश्नर करेक्ट व्हाट इज द प्रोसीजर टू रिमूव व्हाट इज द ग्राउंड फॉर द रिमूवल इज देयर व्हाट इज द कंडीशन ऑफ सर्विसेज फॉर द चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर इज देयर व्हाट इज द वर्क ऑफ द चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर अब ये सारी चीजें व्हेन यू रीड इन डे 1 आपको सब लिख पढ़ना है बट व्हेन ऑलरेडी इज कवर्ड दिस इज आल्सो cover. Clear? इसीलिए मैं बोलता हूँ कि राइट नाउ देयर इज नो नीड टू मेक द नोट्स. नोट्स किसको बनाना चाहिए? दोज हु ऑलरेडी डन प्रिपरेशंस फॉर 1 year. Correct? Those who already done it, taken a classroom program. Because once they are not able to clear the mains exam, they just clear the prelims exam, but not able to clear the mains exam. So they are going to appear again in the exam. So when they appear again in the exam, na, then only what they need to do is, उस समय only they need to make the notes. But those who are the beginners right now, first year you are going to prepare, first time, no need to make the notes because you will not able to think in that many perspectives. अब फालतू में नोट्स बना लोगे, you are going to consume lot of time. Correct? Asset case, minister's wife gets 3 year in imprisonment. आपको सिर्फ पढ़ना है what is the ground, what is the procedures for the imprisonment. Correct? वही आपको पढ़ना है. बाकी मिनिस्टर कौन है, not required. Which political party, not required. Clear? उसके बाद IA, that is Karnataka International, basically this airport, correct? This is Kempoora International Airport. It means a special prize at UNESCO event. आपको नहीं मतलब है, आपको सिर्फ पढ़ना है what is UNESCO. That's it, correct? उसके बाद है आवास योजना, state to give additional 3.5 lakh per house. स्कीम है, आवास योजना है. Who the beneficiaries are there? Who the nodal ministries are there? Department कौन सा है? ये बात. Clear? Now, if we move further, like this, okay. अब यहाँ पे for example, if we go through the news, COVID-19 active cases in Karnataka cross 100 months after month. If you know already about the COVID-19, what is the virus that is involved, if you know the vaccine, type of vaccines, science and tech question, then this is not required. Right? Because already you covered COVID-19 vaccine, biotechnology, because see, that information that we want to cover, it is not available here. यहाँ पे थोड़ी पता है COVID-19 virus is there, what type of virus, rotavirus is there, what type of vaccines are there, right? Different types of vaccines. These things are not covered here, so not important. Right? उसका fifth guarantee of Congress set for the government scheme है. वो कौन सी 5 guarantees the Congress government was giving? The name of this again, this is state scheme, so again not important for the state. But if you are applying for the state exam, then you just read that. Otherwise, this is not important because it is a state. because कितने स्टेट कवर हो गए? कर्नाटक, तमिलनाडु, मध्य प्रदेश, हरियाणा, कितना? So not required. Then this is news. Next is withdraw orderlies from the retired IPS officers from says state government. ये क्या है? Orderlies मतलब क्या होता है? Orderlies means होता है earlier during British time. British time में क्या होता था? Those who are senior उनके officers, especially like those who are the deputy SP के ऊपर, deputy superintendent of police के ऊपर जो भी whatever the officers are there, they used to get constables and head constables for their help, domestic purpose like कोई manual labor is required, gardening is required, any cook is required. So वहाँ पे क्या होता है कि they used to get help from the constables only. ये क्या होगा कि after that government ने मना कर दिया because we cannot do this because constable and constables are there. उनका भी कोई इज्जत है कि नहीं? Right? They are not for your personal purpose. So that is what this news is. कि जो retired IPS officer उनके घर में भी they are working. And Karnataka government says that they should not work even those officers those who are already working. उनके आने होना चाहिए. Instead of that, what Karnataka government has done is, कि we will provide the allowance. अगर cook चाहिए ना, I will give you the allowance, like 2,000 rupees. Now you hire cook from outside. You want gardener, I will give the allowance. Hire gardener from outside. But what they are doing it, they are taking the allowance and they are taking the help of these constables also. क्योंकि उनको पढ़ा लिखा है ना घर में, क्योंकि उनको इमेज वो इंस्टाग्राम रील बनाना है ना, करेक्ट? पता है आपने देखा होगा एंट्री आईपीएस एंट्री, उसी को देख के तो आप लोग प्रिपेयर करना चाहते हैं ना रील बना के, तो ये सब फालतू का फोकस है एक्चुअली. अरे तो उसके लिए आपको प्रिपरेशन नहीं करना है, प्रिपरेशन एम शुड बी सम डिफरेंट, करेक्ट? सो दैट इज अगेन इट इज नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. सो ये देखो फर्स्ट पेज में भी आप सी वेरी लेस न्यूज़ वाज अवेलेबल टू प्रिपेयर. If you go another, so first page like right now second page क्या है? Background. So again क्या है? Already we have done cabinet approved upgrading of 136 signal city. Important है? Not important. 2 Indira canteens and KI not important. Government appoint Rasmi Mahesh to trustee of BNS education trust important है? No. अब देखो ये पेज कंप्लीट खत्म हो गया, not important. अब पेज नंबर 3 आ गया. Again बेंगलुरु है. State to restart vaccination drive if necessary. तो वैक्सीन के बारे में ऑलरेडी साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी कवर्ड, सो नो नीड टू कवर ओवर हियर. इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशंस कुछ है यहाँ पे, देखो कोई स्कीम नहीं, तो लीव इट. इसमें देखो कुछ भी है, नथिंग इज हियर. होम लोन्स जरूरत नहीं है, लीव इट. अब नाउ कम टू पेज नंबर 4. अब पेज नंबर 4 में क्या है, सिर्फ एडवर्टाइजमेंट है, तो हैप्पी है, कम से कम एक पेज बच गया. देन कम्स टू नेक्स्ट पेज, पेज नंबर 5. अगेन बेंगलुरु. इसमें क्या, सेट योर हाउस इन ऑर्डर, हाई कोर्ट टू एफआरआरओ, मल्टीपल कोर्ट टू सिविक वर्क्स. कुछ भी इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. तो कैट रिजल्ट्स कैंडिडेट फ्रॉम कर्नाटका सिक्योर 100% दैट शो, ठीक है. विथड्रॉ अगेन नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. कांस्टेबल सकम्स टू बर्न्स ब्लेज फीमेल फ्रेंड्स, ओके ठीक है, बट नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द एग्जाम. लीव इट completely. Now comes to spotlight. Spotlight sometimes they give basic abilities within 5 3 4 relocated slum dwellers in Bengaluru. ये अगर आपको पढ़ना है फॉर ऐसे पर्पस से, यू कैन रीड, अदरवाइज यू कैन लीव. इसमें आपको सिर्फ इश्यूज खोजने हैं, व्हाट द इश्यूज स्लम डेवलपर्स. तो डोंट फोकस ऑन द न्यूज़, फोकस ऑन द इशू. ये जो स्लम डेवलपर्स हैं लाइक इन मुंबई, बेंगलुरु, चेन्नई, इंपॉर्टेंट मेट्रो सिटीज आर देयर, व्हाट इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉब्लम दे आर फेसिंग, यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट दोस इश्यूज. मेट्रो प्लस नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट, अगेन नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. अब आए कर्नाटक. अब कर्नाटक में देखो, दिस विल नॉट बी एवरी अदर स्टेट. सो आवास योजना के बारे में ऑलरेडी जस्ट पढ़ लो. पीएम आवास योजना क्या है, व्हाट इज द पीएम आवास योजना, the scheme is important. युवा निधि registration to be launched in the state on December 26. Already it was a scheme only. Karnataka will find important schemes over there, so leave that. उसके बाद economist puts for steep hike in tax on tobacco products. Okay, just go through why they want this. कुमार स्वामी and देवगौड़ा mix मोदी, मैंने बोला जहाँ पे चेहरा आ जाए leave it. BJP state unit hopeful of getting approval of top university, not important, correct? Then Guru Lakshmi, not important. Again from Bengaluru आ गया, 17 years of Forest Rights Act, okay, brings to resource materials for them. Again, आपको बस इतना ही पढ़ना है, what is the Forest Rights Act? Forest Rights Act क्या है, कब आया था, important provisions of the Forest Rights Act. Let's see. Karnataka in focus, not important, leave this, completely leave this. अब साउथ आ गया. अब अगेन साउथ will not be in the north, not in east, not in east. तो केरला कैपिटल सीज chaos in police, not important. When we ask Modi, not important, not important at all, leave this. अब आगे important आपका electronic, this is important. See यहाँ तक आने में कितना टाइम लगा, ओके इजीली आ गए. यहाँ तक any doubt till now, any doubt, anyone? No. So next is questions editorial method. सबसे पहले यहाँ पे editorial होता है. This is basically current affairs only. Revision sense visions. New law have positive features but bring no path-breaking changes. So it is about which law? So it is talking about basically criminal law. In India, they were passed by Parliament's ongoing sessions in absence of more than 140 members. इसका नाम भी they are given is, for example, they are given the name also. Okay, if you go through this, that is भारतीय न्याय संहिता, जिसको बोलते हैं, जैसे पहले था IPC criminal, that they are given is भारतीय न्याय संहिता BNS, which will replace the IPC पहले, ठीक है. भारतीय नागरिक सुरक्षा संहिता which will replace the CRPC, and भारतीय साक्ष्य bill, it is going to replace evidence act. Three important bills they are going to replace. कौन से हैं? IPC and CRPC and evidence act, right? See, आपको first you need to understand is कि जो CRPC है, CRPC it provides a procedure कि how court need to investigate करके, how police need to investigate the case, पूरा procedure they are given criminal procedure code. IPC में क्या है कि whatever the offense happened, for the offense what is the punishment is there, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or entire lifetime, that is given in IPC, correct? उसके बाद है for evidence act. Evidence act में different types of evidence, witness, वो क्या क्या है, that is given under this evidence act. So they need to be changed now completely. So that is the reason is government brought these three important. They were so this after scrutiny by a parliamentary standing committee. आगे what is this parliamentary standing committee? How many members of the parliamentary standing committees are there? Right. So यहाँ पे क्या parliamentary standing committee and how many members are there? If these members are there, then parliamentary standing committee members coming from Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha both are those. If they are coming from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both, then how many coming from the Lok Sabha? Then how many coming from the Rajya Sabha? Then who is going to select the chairman of the standing committee? The speaker of Lok Sabha or chairman of Rajya Sabha? These things are covered under it. Correct? So this is an important news. Clear है? उसके बाद नेक्स्ट अब आएंगे इंडिया मस्ट सस्टेन फोकस ऑन जीनोम सीक्वेंसिंग फॉर नोवेल वेरिएंट. अब ये इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया बिकॉज इट इज साइंस एंड टेक में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के लिए आ जाते हैं. सो बिकॉज जीनोम सीक्वेंसिंग बेसिकली नीड टू नो द सीक्वेंस ऑफ द जीनोम, राइट? सो दैट इज जो आपका ये पूरा होता है फ्रेंड्स, इसको आपको सीक्वेंस जानना है, करेक्ट? दैट इज जीनोम सीक्वेंसिंग. So, ये एक rapidly increasing spread of JN.1 variant across the globe has led to the prevalence of this variant. Correct? सबसे पहले what is this JN.1 variant? इसके लिए आपको कुछ नहीं करना है. Either you just go through there or definitely everyone need to go to the Legacy IAS YouTube channel. आप YouTube पे जाना, you have to search Legacy IAS, correct? You will get Legacy IAS YouTube channel. Just subscribe and जो bell icon है notification के वो डालो. वहां पे आपको you will get this JN.1 variant पे already one video has been done by George. Just go through that video. तो जो भी important news होता है ना, we used to make the videos in the current affair format already, correct? So focus there also. So it is all about this only. So this news is important. I'm not going to discuss detail because right now you will not understand such things. So this is done. Complete news, correct? उसके बाद आते हैं नेक्स्ट इज एडिटोरियल. सो दिस इज एडिटोरियल बेसिकली क्वेश्चन सर्चेस, राइट? दिस इज द एडिटोरियल इज देयर बेसिकली अंडर द मनी. क्वेश्चनेबल सर्चेस अंडर द मनी, जो बेसिकली जो इसमें क्या है ईडी के रिगार्डिंग है, इन्फोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट. दिस इज अबाउट The enforcement of prevention of money laundering act. सबसे पहले जानते हैं prevention of money laundering act. Which agency actually implement that? ED या CBI or both or what? Correct? In the background of India's commitment to international community to fight the drug menace and the terrorism has caused much consternation, especially after uninterpretation by the Supreme Court of India in Vijay Mandal versus Chaudhary and others case. See, जहां पे भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया का जजमेंट आता है, whenever Supreme Court of India gives a judgment, in which of the case? In political matter, in social issues matter, in economic matter, in environment matter. These are very important judgments to the Supreme. Or in the political means constitution, like interpretation of any article number. If that is there, Supreme Court has, like recently Supreme Court has done interpretation article number 370, कि जो article number 370 was actually removed from the constitution, it was valid or not, so they have it is valid. This is important for the UPSC. So जहाँ जहाँ Supreme Court का important judgments are there, they are important for UPSC. So always focus on Supreme Court judgments. So this actually talks about these things only. This entire damaging to the federalism. कैसे होगा फेडरलिज्म? बेसिकली क्या लिखा है? व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन सम स्टेट्स दैट आर गवर्न्ड बाय द अपोजिशन इज डैमेजिंग टू द फेडरलिज्म बिकॉज़ माइंस एंड मिनरल्स एक्ट इज नॉट कवर्ड बाय द शेड्यूल ऑफ द प्राइम प्रिवेंशन ऑफ मिलिट्री एक्ट एंड ऑफेंस रिलेटेड टू देयर आर नॉट शेड्यूल्ड ऑफेंस, yet the ED in these states are conducting inquiries with respect to the alleged illegal. इसका मतलब क्या है? ED is conducting searches in those areas that actually belong to the state. तो स्टेट का ऑटोनॉमी चला गया ना. You are not taking permission from the state and ED searching those areas. इसका मतलब you are not respecting the federalism. That is the view of this man. ना जरूरी तो नहीं कि सही बात हो. I told you now, this is the perspective of this. If you get one more interview next day, and that is going to do something other, there is nothing to damage to fat vessel. So you should not take anything very seriously. Just you need to understand how it is going to damage the fat vessel. Then you have to think whether really it is damaging the fat vessel or it is just a white wash. Clear? Done this. Next, for example, come back. Hindutva and the crucial social, okay, justice test, correct? This is the news. So this is basically, it is about in recent assembly elections Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh statistical analysis by center. So ये क्या है कि एक statistical analysis किया गया in the assembly elections में कि how many SCs they have voted for the Modi, how many STs and OBCs they have voted for the Congress or BJP. So अभी आपको पता चले कोई भी ऐसा जो related to election है, correct है, politics है, not important for them. ये कितना भी इसमें social justice हो जाए, कोई जरूरत नहीं. This we can leave. Clear? Their caste survey. हाँ, ये already see अभी pandemic में already caste survey पे already we got the news earlier only. Some of the days before only caste census of Bihar government was released. तो आपने पढ़ ही लिया था. Why should you read again here? No need. Just leave it. Done. अब है opinion page. Right? So the opinion page. इसमें क्या student all India judicial service be created. This is important देखो. Right now we are having three important all India services. Three important all India services we are having right now. As for example, we are having IAS, IPS and IAS नहीं है. Foreign service, not foreign service. Only three all India services are there. Even we have passed the law for in this all India judicial service also, but it is not implemented yet. So this is all should an all India judicial service be created or not? So this is important for your GS paper 2. Right? GS paper 2. इसमें क्या है? President suggested that an all India judicial service will help diversify the judiciary. Correct? In the same way that Union Public Service that is UPSC conducts a central recruitment exam and assigns successful candidate to the cadres. Recruitment of judges of the district judiciary is being proposed to be made central, following which they will assign to the states. The idea has been discussed in the past. I told you this in the past, and has also been a part of Union government's official policy for years. However, there has been no consensus on the proposal either from the High Court or the state government. Should an all India judiciary be created or not? So this will become important for you. इसमें क्या होगा कि both sides they will discuss. Both sides in the sense, like example, if you see, कि they are going to ask some questions and then person is going to ask the. For example, if you go through here, like example here, India Justice Report. Again, you will get the fact data. So from the news you will get the data also, fact also. You need to keep a notebook. उस नोटबुक को 3-4 different parts में divide करो. In the sense, social issues, economic issues, women issues, differently. Or for example, any international issues are there that you keep adding those data. उसमें data देखो आपको मिल गया. India Justice Report shows that only 35% of subordinate courts, the district judges, they are women. क्या बोला है? Only 35% subordinate judges at the district level they are women. No state has been able to meet the quota for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes and other backward class category in the subordinate judiciary. Isn't all India's service is the solution for this or not? ये क्वेश्चन था, करेक्ट? अब देखो इसमें एक आंसर मिल गया. आंसर दो लोग दे रहे हैं. One perspective is this, other person is perspective is this. आपके लिए अच्छी बात है, you will get two perspectives the same place only. So you got very good news or notes from here itself. उसके बाद, since cases in the district courts are argued in regional language, do you think a central recruitment exam will act as an impediment for candidates who are not well versed in the regional language? A contrarian perspective is that civil servants overcome this barrier through intensive language learning. कि जब वो लोग सीख गए, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया ऑनलाइन सर्विस में कि पर्सन बिलोंग टू उत्तर प्रदेश and he was actually putting in the Tamil Nadu post only. He that person has to try to also learn the thing, and why they cannot learn. So again इसमें दोनों लोगों का पर्सपेक्टिव मिल गया. Say for example, according to the data released this year by Law Ministry, 5388 post of judicial officers are lying vacant. आपको देखो फैक्ट मिल गया कि correct? Just note down the fact here. Do you think a centralized service could tackle the issue of judicial vacancies or not? So again, आपको कितना परफेक्ट मिला कि ऑल इंडिया जूडिशियल सर्विस शुड बी क्रिएटेड और नॉट. आपको एक तो मिल जाएगा कि विमेंस दे आर नॉट प्रॉपर्ली इंक्लूडेड देयर, सो दिस कैन बी सॉल्व. एससी एसटी ओबीसी दे आर नॉट प्रॉपर्ली इंक्लूडेड, दैट कैन बी सॉल्व देयर इज करेक्ट. लैंग्वेज इश्यूज दैट कैन बी settled देयर इज, एंड देन vacancies also settled there. Next is, do you think the national service for judges will be an attractive proposition for young lawyers, whether they will come over here or not? Additionally, what will be their career progression since the number of district judges elevated to the high court is much lower than those from the bar? That means एक तो बार आपके पास है, करेक्ट, एक है डेफिनेटली सबऑर्डिनेट कोर्ट्स. जो हाई कोर्ट जजेस जाते हैं, दे आर गोइंग मोर फ्रॉम द बार कंपेयर्ड टू सबऑर्डिनेट कोर्ट्स. अब जब नंबर ऑफ जजेस गोइंग वेरी लेस फ्रॉम द सबऑर्डिनेट कोर्ट्स ना, जो यंग जनरेशन है, they do not want to become subordinate judges, they want to remain as a lawyer. So lawyer only they will go to the bar and then they go to the high court. So this question was asked over here is whether it will be lucrative job for them or not, young lawyers to join as a district judge. This question was asked. So they will, you will get the answer. Say for example, you have written, at present independence of the district judges from the state government is guaranteed by the fact that high courts play a significant role in their appointment, in their transfer and removal. Means how district judges, they are independent because their transfer, removal, everything is done by high court judge. And high court is already independent from the state government. If all India judicial service were to be created, now can we ensure that there is judicial independence? ऐसा तो ना हो कि they will be under the central government. So this question was answered. So see कितना बढ़िया आर्टिकल था ये, correct? So this is important for you. Now finding the stories in numbers, podcasts and videos allow the journalists to explain better data story and reach wider audience. Not important, correct? उसके बाद for example, this is old news होता है हमेशा यहाँ पे कि 22 December 1923 को ये न्यूज़ आया था. Geneva meets open with Rome. Again, it is old news only. वो एक history repeat करते हैं. That's it. So just leave it. And now this, Rashtra passes a telecom bill amid empty opposition benches. So when they have given clearly telecom bills, so now you have to Google this. What is telecom bill is here? What is the important, okay, provisions of that particular bill? Parliament clears not to replace first page here. So just leave this, or you can cover here winter session. Again, first page here. Lok Sabha witnessed sharp exchange between speaker and ministers. Okay, low. Under new law, doctors face 2 years of imprisonment for death due to negligence. ये आपको पढ़ना, what is this? ठीक है? Bengal government should work for safety of journalists. पढ़ लो क्या, but not important that much. 351 crore was required, not important. Caught in a row, RSS says it is not against the caste census, not important because RSS said कोई important नहीं है. Parliament passes bill to replace the PRB Act, मतलब place and registration of, again not important, leave it. Again देखो, will make India block an effective force against BJP. Political news है, कह रहे थे leave it. Khadge slaves for passing, not important, correct. Center approves deployment of CS in Parliament complex, again not important. Court extend police custody of accused 15 days, not important. Parliament security serious issue, correct, need to be taken. Whenever something is said by Prime Minister or President, you need to look at it. उनको आप political perspective में नहीं, अगर until unless Prime Minister is giving speech that is completely political in nature, that only you have to leave it. Otherwise, whatever Prime Minister is saying, whatever actually, for example, your President of India is saying, that is important for you. Correct? So this is Prime Minister. Go through this. Got consular access to Indian nationals in select custody government. So go through it. What is this all about? Okay, आपको moral curiosity. What is happening surrounding that? India receives prize bid for 26 Rafale jet submarines. Go through it. Don't use derogatory terms for persons with disability. Go through it. Election Commission report, correct? Then, for example, High Court directs Election Commission to decide on results. Again, important. High Court tells Rahul Gandhi to take down his post. Go through it. WHO pre-qualifies a malaria vaccine by Serum Institute. Go through it. This is important, correct? Because missing of 40, this 42 years, none of I told you, none of flying is resurface. It is important. So where it is resurfaces, more important. Which national park in the news, that is important. Correct? Disposal rate more than registered cases, say Supreme Court. ये important because you will get the data. See, यहाँ पे मैंने data लिख दिया है. Is it 52,019 cases between January and December they have solved. So आपको खोजना है how many pending cases are still there at the level of Supreme Court, at the level of High Court, at the level of subordinate courts. Data you have to select. Business IR rating firms buys rights development. Again, I told you this is not important. Revenue of shipping firms made it. क्या जरूरी है नहीं पढ़ना है इनको. RBI releases draft omnibus framework for SRO seek views. Not important. M. Mahindra & Mahindra mobility of partners. Not important. CIC said to name Patnaik as head of industry. Not LIC gets time for building shareholding compliance. Not important. Bandhan Bank to transfer housing finance NPA to ARC. Not important. Raves retail unveils electric theory. Not important. Ashok Leyland bags order of 550 courses from the TS. Not important. EV four-wheelers will lock sales for 1 lakh units. Not important. Pyramid to provision for AI unit to meet. कुछ भी इतना important था. कुछ भी important ऐसा नहीं था. Because all what the companies के ऊपर है. Companies वाले उनको नहीं पढ़ना है. World में आ जाए. World में. Israel bombs more Gaza targets as invoice leaks trust. So आपको सिर्फ एक बार पढ़ना है. Where is Gaza? Where is Israel? Who is there? Where is Palestine? Who is there? Territories क्या है? Boundaries क्या है? That's it. Once you have done, leave it. At least 15 dozens injured in this mass shooting of Prague. So where is this country is? Location can any important river is passing through this country is that's border. US Manila swept again after it is important time. Park arrest activists to stop them from protesting against Philippines. Not important for us. China urges Philippines to make a rational choice over classes. It is not important for us. Then sports I told you. If you actually already play the sport, then only otherwise we need to escape the news. That's it. See all the sports only. See, this is science. This comes weekly actually once. As emerges as variant of the interest time to evaluate preparedness. This is important. Go through it. Because यहाँ पे complete science and tech perspective they have given the new. Researches paternity new treatment for nicotine addictions. Correct? उसके बाद that's it. हाँ एक ये और आता है basically this will come okay this analyzing the post office bill 2022 complete analysis you will get here correct. How this again not important. That's it. इतना ही. इसमें questions के बारे में there's a few questions. Go through it. If you love then otherwise you can leave it. I think entire newspaper is done. Any doubt till now? कोई अभी डाउट हो आपके मन में? So any doubt? No. See, regarding the note making, I told you there is no need to make the notes right now. Correct? No need to make the notes right now because you will not able to make the notes properly. Correct? So that is the reason is stay away from the note making. Already you will get the current affairs content daily in the, for example, afternoon time, 2 o'clock. So because of that reason is you just focus on the reading only. Correct? No need to make the notes. Or read only one newspaper, that is more than enough. There is no need to read इंडियन एक्सप्रेस ऑल्सो, द हिंदू ऑल्सो डिफरेंट, आपसे एक ही नहीं कवर हो रहा है ना, सो दो के पीछे नहीं भागना है, बिकॉज वॉट एवर द न्यूज हैज बीन कवर्ड हियर इन दिस न्यूज पेपर दैट विल बी कवर्ड अदर ऑल्सो, whatever has not been covered here but it is covered in Indian Express, some date will be covered here also, correct? So that is the reason is focus on one newspaper only. And regarding the time, definitely it is going to take around for example 2.5 hours sometimes to complete the newspaper. So you should not worry about that you are taking too much time to complete the newspaper. No, it is a normal time that everyone takes actually. But I told you once your syllabus is going to be done, like polity has been done, like example economy done, then आपको खुद पता चल जाएगा कि some of the news you should not read at all. Then your time जो अभी 2.5 hours लग रहा है ना, it will reduce to 1.5 hour only. But still it will going to take 1.5 hour. You cannot reduce less than that. Otherwise क्या होगा कि someone is saying that in the new YouTube कि someone is able to read newspaper within half an hour. So completely is lying actually. Because someone is saying that he is prepared exam within 6 months, within 4 months, or reading the newspaper completely within half an hour. Only two guys can do these things. One is God, other is who is a liar. That's it. Not third person. Correct? सच बात है. अब इतने इंटेलिजेंट तो हो नहीं सकते, करेक्ट और नॉट? ये आपको लगता है इतने इंटेलिजेंट? because see everyone after clearing the exam ना, they want to become hero. they post such story. हम बहुत गरीब थे, करेक्ट? हम पोल के नीचे बैठ के पढ़ते थे, ऐसा स्टोरी बताएंगे ना. All are fake stories actually, really. Because once actually one story was there, one guy, he bus conductor has cleared the UPSC exam. Correct? I was reading in live mint actually. I gone through the name of that guy because this is personally I know this thing. See, live mint they have report, they have not live mint, I think it was this Times of India के साथ एक Bangalore का Times of India भी आता है ना, Bangalore edition वाला, particularly only for those Bangalore Times, उसमें था ये. Okay, one bus conductor has cleared the exam of UPSC and he was doing bus conductor duty also and cleared the UPSC exam. मुझे थोड़ा लगा कि मतलब कैसे ऐसा हो गया कि he doing bus conductor and clear the exam also. I go through the name everything. UPSC का final जो result आया था उसमें देखा, name was not there. Then I contacted the editor. Actually, I'm already aware of the editor. He was on Twitter. I followed the editor. Then I actually told that this person name is not there. What is the ID card, Aadhaar card? If you are having, just tell me. Then he reconfirmed that that person is not cleared even the prelims exam. झूठ बोल दिया और इस गाय ने स्टोरी चला दिया पूरा. अब उस स्टोरी को आपके पापा ने पढ़ लिया, करेक्ट? अब वो आपको बोल रहे देखो वो बस कंडक्टर आप पास कर लिया, तुम्हें पूरा फ्री दे रहे हैं, सब कुछ दे रहे हैं, करेक्ट है कि नहीं? अब आपकी डांट पड़ गई. रियलिटी वाज समथिंग एल्स. सो दैट इज द केसेस कि ये जो बड़ा बड़ा स्टोरी बना देते हैं ना, दिस इज ऑल फेक. ओके, for example, one side story was कि one person, he was Meena actually community, और उसने first attempt में he has done clear the exam 432 something or not 432, I think rank was 700 something, rank was there around almost last rank. तो उसने फिर भी मेहनत करके निकाल दिया. अच्छी बात है, बड़ी निकला तो है कम से कम, एंड उसका क्लियर भी होता 700 समथिंग रैंक वाज देयर. तो उसमें ऐसा स्टोरी दिया था कितना मेहनत किया बच्चे ने, लेकिन मुझे भी अच्छा लगा एटलीस्ट ही क्लियर द एग्जाम. ओके, रैंक कुछ भी हो दैट डजंट मैटर, करेक्ट? तो फिर मैं देखने जाता व्हाट इज द स्टोरी बिहाइंड इट, कितना मेहनत किया होगा, मतलब क्या बैकग्राउंड है, वेदर ही हैज रियली. तो स्टोरी ये निकला, हिज फादर इज आईएएस, हिज मदर इज आईएएस, his grandfather retired IPS, his grandmother is retired IAS, his maternal side grandfather is IAS, grandmother is IPS, entire family is IAS IPS. इसको कितना मेहनत करना पड़ा था, करेक्ट और नॉट? सो अब ये देखो पूरा स्टोरी उन्होंने नहीं छापा ये वाला ना, बट ये इतना छाप दिया है. सो वही एवरीवन वांट टू शो द हीरो एक्चुअली आफ्टर क्लियरिंग द एग्जाम कि हमने कोई कोचिंग नहीं लिया है. मैं वो लोग सफेद झूठ बोलते हैं. आई विल टेल यू ना, नॉट ए सिंगल गाय, maybe possible few actually individual exceptional cases they have not taken the this coaching. Because of that, why they have not taken the coaching? Because either in their own family someone was IN IPS, they have guided them. Ultimately you require guide, that's it. जैसे आपके आजू बाजू में ना तो फादर है, ना मदर, ना अंकल, कोई भी आपको गाइड नहीं करेगा ना, अब आप भी उनकी सुन लो, करेक्ट और नॉट? सो अल्टीमेटली यू आर गोइंग टू लॉस और नॉट. मेरा एक ही मानना है ना, इट्स नॉट अबाउट द मनी, इट्स अबाउट द टाइम. See, money you have paid like them 1,55,000 something, you have paid the money. 1,55,000 may be big money for some of the individuals, not for everyone, right or not? That money can be earned after later time only. But when you are going to spend 2 or 3 years without knowing which directions you are going, you're completely wasting time only. Correct or not? At least by taking the coaching, you will realize कि whether I can clear the exam or not. कि जब मुझे सब कुछ मिला, still I am not able to understand. तो या तो कोचिंग खराब है या तो आप खराब है, दोनों में से कुछ एक ही हो सकता है ना, क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं कोचिंग में हमेशा अच्छा है. So many coachings are there in Bangalore. I told you about 90% जो है ना, they're just fake only. 90% are fake. I am telling you. Because उनमें से कोई जानता भी नहीं कि even teachers are also not good, nothing. So if you are coaching फंस गए, then I can take the claim as coaching also bad. But without coaching क्या होता है ना कि you will not able to complete the subjects, complete the target completely. और फिर क्या होता है, they have, like example, you have taken the classes 1 year और आपका prelims से clear हुआ, after that you are not able to clear the mains exam. Next year again you have given the exam, again आपका mains clear हो रहा, but you are not able to clear the interview time पे नहीं हुआ. Third attempt में, fourth attempt में clear the interview, लेकिन आपने coaching नहीं लिया, coaching आपने सिर्फ first year ही लिया था ना. Now you are claiming that coaching is not required at all. Correct? हमने तो बिना coaching से clear किया. See, you learned how to read Lakshmikant from the class only. Then you have done self-study. You learned basics of economy in the class only. Then you learned on your own only. If these things were not taught earlier, whether will you be able to be learn faster Lakshmikant? No. Faster economy? No. So जो basic था like ABCD 1 2 3, that has been taught here, correct or not? After that over you have done self-study. But again I tell you, self-study is much more important because see यहाँ पे तो हम बताएंगे ना, ultimately we have to study. अगर आप नहीं स्टडी करोगे तो कौन करेगा, हम तो नहीं करेंगे ना. सो सेल्फ स्टडी मैटर्स. कितना मैटर करता है? 98%.